Here is a window, in your own village perhaps, or in a nearby town. If only we could look inside. Ah, thank you. That is much better. Now we don't have to guess at all, for this is obviously our favorite coffee house. Hamid, the young radical, is sitting alone, instead of with our friends Burhan and the wise Sheikh. But what is the news they are so anxious to hear? It must be very important if Hamid has stopped talking to listen.
The fighting, which has just broken out in another Asian country. Disorder and panic are sweeping the capital city as government officials flee for their lives from the wild gunfire of the heavily armed rebels. There can be no doubt that these rebels are being reinforced by a certain power.
Bah, the government of that country was no good. It is high time they were thrown out of office.
Hamid,
Airplanes
if you
of
don't
foreign
mind.
manufacture are coming over northern borders and spraying the roads with machine gun bullets as thousands of helpless people flee the cities. Earlier today, it was made known from the north that a certain...
They deserve it all. The people of that country live in a rotten society. A revolution is the only path to progress.
It's too bad we can't turn you off with a click of the switch.
What appeared to start as rioting against the traditional government by a small radical party has now turned into armed warfare on a full scale, directed by foreign military officials and supported by the powerful war machines of the country to the north.
This is progress, not war.
I know, Hamid. Whoever resists the coming of new radical governments must be pushed aside.
The people are to blame for resisting progress, and so is their rotten government, which permits such out-of-date ideas as religion, private business, and different political parties.
Hamid, are you blaming this violence on the very government and people who are being attacked?
Who else could possibly be to blame?
Perhaps these outside powers who have been trying to spread their radical way of life by any means are the ones we should blame for all this killing and violence.
I look where the trouble is for the cause, not in outside countries.
Aha, I see. You would let the thief run free to do more damage.
The thief, Effendi?
Yes, I was remembering a story about Nasruddin Hoxha, a thief, and some villagers who did not put blame where it was due. Listen, Hamid, there is a lesson in this story for you. One soft summer night long ago, the silvery moonbeams that played among the shadows were not the only visitors in Nasruddin Hoxha's village. On this particular night, Nasruddin was halfway through a most enjoyable dream when he woke himself up and called to his wife.
Quick, woman, my spectacles! I want my spectacles!
Answering his wife's angry protest, the Hoxha explained.
I'm having a beautiful dream and I must see one or two things more clearly.
But by now, the Hoxha's dream was gone, and the only thing he could see clearly was the face of a thief.
I've been robbed! There's a thief in the village! Stop him! Stop the thief! Help! Help! Thief! I've been robbed! Help!
Outside the Hocha's house, the villagers finally learned the sad news. Nasr ad-Din's donkey had been stolen. But instead of sympathizing with him, his neighbors grew more and more indignant.
Come now, Hocha. Was your door locked? Ha! Look at that! What do you expect when you don't have an iron bolt on your door?
A second villager was even more incensed.
You call yourself a wise man. You do not teach your donkey to bray when a thief approaches? Anyone can learn to bray. Hee-haw!
This was by no means the end of their advice.
Ha! Just as I thought. Why didn't you build a bigger and stronger fence around your donkey, Hocha? This one would blow down in a stiff breeze.
By this time, Nasr ad-Din was both confused and unhappy. His precious donkey was gone, and all he heard was criticism.
Another thing, Hocha. Not only should you have put a strong lock on the courtyard door, you should have known enough to take the key to bed every night and hide it under your pillow.
This was the last straw. Cutting the villagers short, the Hocha invited them to leave his house at once. Watching them go, the Hocha had a final word of advice for them.
You tell me about a better lock, a stronger fence, my donkey trained to sound an alarm and what to do with the key. And you blame these things on me, the victim. But what about the thief? Isn't he to blame at all?
Before they could answer, the villagers learned that each of them, too, had been robbed in the night, while they had been busy lecturing Nasr ad-Din. Forgetting the Hocha, the villagers fled back to their own homes, but his words rang out after them.
What about the thief? Isn't he to blame? Isn't the thief to blame?
Hamid is not listening. What a shame. The most ignorant are the last to learn.
But we are all wiser now when we hear of free nations suddenly exploding in revolution. People are well aware that the foreign power which gives weapons to local radicals will demand in return that these same radicals and party line followers come to rule when the fighting is ended. Yes, Burhan, this is a great power expanding violently, no matter how they try to disguise it as local revolutions. But as long as we know enough to put the blame for outbreaks of violence where the blame is due, we can protect ourselves from the true danger. This is what the simple lesson of Nasr ad-Din Hocha means to us today.